Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new series. This is called Block Party. Everyone's invited. So, but not only is this a new series, we also have a new worship song. So, I need everybody to get up and get ready to worship.
Here we go.
Jesus, you have been so faithful. Jesus, you have been so true. I will be forever thankful, 'cause I never had a friend like you. Help me to be who you've been to me, to everyone I see. Let us love one another with a love like no other yet. That's the way you love us, God. Never turn away, you are with us every day, yeah. That's the way you love us, God. Your love is always been beginning to end. There's never been a better friend. So let us love one another with our love like no other yet. That's the way you love us, God. You with me in the darkest valley. You with me on the mountaintop. I'm thankful that you never leave me, and that your love will never stop. Help me to be who you've been to me, to everyone I see. Let us love one another with a love like no other yet. That's the way you love us, God. Never turn away, you are with us every day, yeah. That's the way you love us, God. Your love is always been beginning to end. There's never been a better friend. So let us love one another with our love like no other, yeah. That's the way you love us, God. I wanna thank you for being a friend who's always by my side. I wanna thank you for the way you love me all my life. I wanna thank you for being a friend who's always by my side. I wanna thank you for the way you love me all my life. Love one another with a love like no other yet. That's the way you love us, God. Never turn away, you are with us every day, yeah. That's the way you love us, God. Your love is always been beginning to end. There's never been a better friend. So let us love one another with our love like no other, yeah. That's the way you love us, God.
That song was super cool. Can we do it again?
Not till
Right
next.
now?
No, not till next week.
Next week?
Next week.
Whatever. Fine.
Okay, but last month we got to hang out with our friend Jacob, and he got to talk to us about creativity all month. But I wonder who our friend is this month.
Who could it be?
I don't know.
Let's go see.
Okay.
Hey everybody, it's Haley here, and I love parties. Don't you just love parties? I love all kinds of parties. Birthday parties. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday dear Haley. Happy birthday to me. And who doesn't love a good block party? Beanbag toss. Sorry. I could use some lessons. Which is why friendship is so important. Friendship is using your words and actions to show others you care. It's kind of hard to have a party without friends. And honestly, it's hard to even plan a party without friends. You need a tall friend to hang the lights. You need a friend who can bake. And if you got a friend who's giving beanbag toss lessons, tell them to give me a call. The point is, we need friends, and friends need us. And in today's story, we're gonna talk about what makes a friend a friend. That sounds like fun! It makes me wanna party!
It's our friend Haley.
Yay.
So I am so excited to talk about friends because we all can be one and we all need one. But let's go ahead and check out our Bible story this week.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verses 9 through 12.
The writer of Ecclesiastes tells us 2 people are better than 1. They can help each other in everything they do. Suppose either of them falls down, then the one can help the other one up. But suppose a person falls down and doesn't have anyone to help them up. Then feel sorry for that person. One person could be overpowered, but 2 people can stand up for themselves. And a rope made with 3 cords isn't easily broken. Let's see how this might play out in someone's life today. Jackson slid into the small school theater and took a seat in the back row and waited for Mr. Ray, the music and arts teacher. It looked like there was only one other kid who showed up to build the set for the 5th grade production of Charlotte's Web, Amal from Mrs. Wiseman's class. Hey.
Hi.
The 2 boys sat there in awkward silence until Mr. Ray showed up.
Ah, my set team. Fantastic. You guys know each other?
Kinda.
Different classes.
Well, you're gonna get to spend a lot of time together in the next 2 weeks as we build this set and get it painted. You guys got any experience with power tools?
Jackson could see Amal shift nervously in his seat.
No, I don't want to go on stage. Miss Wiseman said I could do this instead.
Don't worry, I'll teach you what you need to know. How about you, Jackson?
I'm pretty good with a hammer, and I didn't want to wear some silly animal costume.
The 2 boys basically ignored each other as Mr. Ray showed them how to measure each piece of lumber for him to cut, and then he helped them lay out the pieces in a large frame.
Now, this'll be one of the wall flats for the backdrop. We'll paint it as part of the barn. Amal, you want to hammer in these nails?
I guess.
Hold it more like this. Don't worry, you'll get it.
I'll do this side.
Jackson nailed together the entire flat while Amal still struggled with one corner.
What a klutz.
But it was a different story the next day when they started to paint.
This flat is part of our barn wall. I want you guys to paint a couple of chickens right there.
Amal grabbed a brush right away.
Oh, do you want them to look like real chickens or like cartoons?
Just give them your own personal spin.
Amal got to work right away, creating an entire palette of colors while Jackson was still trying to figure out which brush to pick.
Now, I've got to run down to the art room. Amal, why don't you show Jackson how to get started?
I don't really...
Mr. Ray smiled at them both.
He needs a hand. I think you guys will make a great team.
Mr. Ray hurried out. Jackson and Amal avoided each other's eyes.
Well, I'll sketch an outline for the chickens.
What do I do?
Just, fill it in.
I'm not really an artist.
Jackson dipped his brush randomly in the blue paint and frowned at Amal's outline.
Just have fun with it.
Jackson swiped the blue brush, outlining a wing.
I've never seen a blue chicken.
Oh.
It's great. It'll stand out.
Oh. Thanks.
By the time Mr. Ray returned, Jackson was surprised to discover that he and Amal had already painted 5 brilliant hued chickens. Mr. Ray grinned.
I've never seen a more flamboyant flock.
Jackson held out his fist to Amal, and Amal, surprised, gave him a fist bump.
Yep, see you boys tomorrow.
The next day, Amal showed up with a bruised finger on his left hand.
I can still paint with my right.
What happened?
Mr. Kunkel keeps putting me in as goalie during PE, and then I mess it up, and everyone on the team gets mad at me.
Do you stay on your toes? Keep your eye on the ball?
No. I just panic when the ball comes at me.
Look, I can show you some tips later in the parking lot, before my mom comes.
Really? That would be great.
And Jackson turned out to be a pretty good teacher because Amal managed to get 2 blocks during PE the next day. And when Jackson showed up to paint sets, stressed out by a math test, Amal grabbed his textbook.
Fractions?
I see all these weird numbers and I freeze up.
You just have to break it down like this.
With Amal's help, Jackson managed to stay calm during his test the next day. And by the middle of the next week, they had completed the entire backdrop for Charlotte's Web.
Well done. I knew you two would make a great team.
Amal's pretty okay.
Jackson's not too terrible.
Look, I know you guys are really different from each other, but it's boring if all your friends are just like you.
Together, they started gathering wood scraps and wiping off brushes.
Seriously, one of the wisest men to ever live pointed this out. Solomon.
Solomon?
Yep. He's this king in the Bible. He was a builder and an artist and super rich too. But for all the things he had, you know what he valued most? Friendship. He says it like this: 2 people are better than 1. They can help each other in everything they do.
On point.
Yeah.
Amal held out his fist, and Jackson tapped it with his own. Maybe Solomon and Mr. Ray were onto something.
Okay, so we all know a new friendship can be kind of awkward, or you get nervous, like wanting to open up with this person. But think about the friends that you made within like the last year that weren't your friends before. You had to start somewhere, right?
Somewhere.
Whether it's a hey, how you doing, or in the hallway at school, like, sup, dog? What's going on?
No. Please no.
But think about where you started and then how close you're getting with them. So let's check back in with Haley and see how her party planning is going.
Okay, here are 4 things you can learn from those verses in the book of Ecclesiastes. Number 1, friends get more done when they work together, which makes a whole lot of sense. Planning a party goes a lot faster when I've got someone to help me out. Which brings me to number 2, friends help each other. A true friend doesn't just sit back and watch when it's obvious you need a hand. Little help! Little help here! Ah! Number 3, friends stand up for each other. You better not be messing with one of my friends. I will totally fight you! Unless, you're bigger than me, then I will not fight you. In which case, I will totally reprimand you with some carefully planned stern words. Just don't mess with my friends, okay? And number 4, friends help you trust God. You may have a lot of different friends in your life, but a true friend, one that lasts, is the kind that helps you make wise choices. The kind of friend you can talk to about what you believe honestly, and who can help your faith in Jesus grow. So, here's the one thing to remember today. Choose your friends carefully. I think you should try to be a friend to everybody, whether it's a friend you choose or not. But when you're deciding who to spend most of your time with, you should choose carefully. Ask yourself, is my friend helpful? Would they stand up for me? Do they help me trust God more? And while you're at it, ask yourself this, am I a helpful friend? Would I stand up for others and help people trust God more? When you want to find good friends, one of the best things you can do is to be a good friend. And never forget that Jesus is your ultimate friend. He is always there for you, no matter what. So, be on the lookout for good friends this week. When you choose wisely, you can't miss.
So can we all agree that friends are so special, help us through everything, especially when they can encourage you, not ones that always put you down or always make fun of your play. Those aren't friends.
No.
You need people who can encourage you.
Yeah. So take this next 60 seconds, that's always hard for me to say, 60 seconds, and talk with your family about what makes a good friend. And then talk about how you can be that good friend to someone else. Then I want you to pray with God, obviously, about the friends that you have in your life now and the friends that you're going to have in your life.
Ooh.
And ask Him for ones that are going to encourage you to grow with Him. It's really important.
That's right.
Those are really good friends to have. So,
How
next
long?
60 seconds.
60 seconds. Ready.
1 minute. Ready?
Set.
Go.
Okay, guys, so Haley gave us some really important things to think about. That's why this lesson is so important this week, because like the rest of your life is important, but like your friendships are important with that. Because some friends will come and go, come in and out of your life. They'll be like, where'd you go? But who will always be with you?
God.
God. So make sure you choose your friends wisely and knowing that they will stand up for you and encourage you to grow in your faith. But also remember, like they're doing with you, you should also check yourself and make sure that you're being that good friend to others.
And encouraging them in their faith.
Right.
Well, that wraps up week 1 of this new series. And again, I think it's a really good one. Really excited. Stop. But that's it.
That is it.
I guess we'll see you guys next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Week number 2.
Bye.